I want to invite you liberals to call. I know you won't. And I want you to tell me, how much more money do you want? How much is enough? What should the highest tax rate be? Go ahead and clean them out. I want to know, because Obama won't tell us. Conversely, how much are you prepared to cut? Now's your chance. Oh, don't worry. Don't be scared. But I want to know. What's enough? Taxes, spending, cutting. Scott, San Francisco, the great KSFO. Go right ahead, sir.
If you put the tax rates back to where they were during the Clinton years and then add a couple percentage points temporarily to cover the Iraq and Afghanistan wars and the ridiculous expansion of Medicare that Bush pushed through, I think that would cover it.
All right, well, don't go away. Don't do your little hit and run crap. The wars are not the big expense anymore. Obamacare.
They're huge.
Hold on, pay attention. I'm going to educate you. The wars are not the big expense anymore. Obamacare is. When we're talking about going forward, you like the word forward, right, Scott? You remember where that comes from? It comes from Germany and from Obama. Pay attention. I'm educating you. Going forward, the big expenses are the things you support. You know, massive Obamacare, EPA regulations, the massive growth of food stamps, unemployment, all those things that a society expands when it's crumbling because of bad decisions made by the politicians. So the question is, so you would go back to the Clinton tax rates and add a few percent. So what would the Clinton tax rates be at the lowest rate? Do you even know? There are five tax rates. What would the Clinton tax rate be on the lowest rung on the ladder of people who pay federal income taxes? What was it?
It was in the 20s.
No, it was 15%. You see, you don't even know what the hell you're talking about. You just throw it. You think you're clever. You're not clever at all. It was 15%. Bush cut it to 10. So it's 15%, and how many more percent would you add on top of that?
I'd add probably a 1 or 2% tack on to the highest income earner rates.
So that would be, if it's 39.6, 1 or 2, that would push it over 40%. And then, of course, if you live in California, and you probably voted for Prop 30, correct? That would kick it to about 52%. That's why your state's broke. Morons like you. What do you do?
I work for a private contractor, government contractor.
You work for a government contractor. Are you building roads? You building bridges? What are you doing?
Yeah, we take care of the dredging industry, which is underfunded because the federal government doesn't want to spend money.
We're under the dredging industry. So you're underfunded. So where the country's going broke, we don't have any money. No amount of tax increases on anybody or even everybody is going to make a difference, but you're not getting enough money in your industry. Is that correct? I hope your industry goes to hell and you with it and everybody who works for it. How do you like that? Now get out of here. Is that rude, ladies and gentlemen? You bet it is. You bet it is. Oh, Mark. No, Mark, nothing. The guy doesn't care about the country. He wants to steal somebody else's money. His field, he works for a government contractor, isn't getting enough money, meaning he feels he's not getting enough money. He's underfunded. So how do you fix that? Steal it from somebody else. Why do I shouldn't mince words with people like this, should I? No, and I'm not going to. Let's try Stewart, New York City, the great WABC, an independent. Now, what is an independent, by the way?
Yes, I am an independent.
No, but what is an independent?
Well, it's someone who decides after hearing both sides balanced in a balanced way, not listening.
Well, let me
to
ask you
but
a question. A lot of issues, there's more than both sides. There's multiple sides. So let me ask you this: do you have a moral core? Moral, M-O-R-A-L, moral core, C-O-R-E. Do you have a moral core?
I certainly do, of course. Yeah.
All right. Do you know right from wrong?
I would like to think so, of course.
Do you know good from evil?
I definitely think I do.
You know the difference between liberty and tyranny?
Now you're talking semantics, but yes.
Oh, semantics, huh? It's confusing, isn't it? You say you're a man of morality. You say you're a man of principle. But you say, I got to listen to both sides to decide. Well, what is it? What is it that you need? In other words, how do you make decisions?
On the facts, not on.
So
fear,
hold on now.
On
So
fear-based
hold on, lower him. So you make decisions based on the facts.
Yes, not fear-based.
Okay, sir. Not on what both sides are saying, but based on the facts. Correct?
I'd like to think so. Yeah, the magazines I read.
Because both sides may not be using facts. They may be using propaganda. All right. So let's recap. So you say you're a moral man, you know right from wrong, good from evil, and you make decisions based on facts, correct?
I'd like to think all that is true, yes.
Okay. No, I'm just reiterating what you said.
Okay.
Is it not true?
Yeah.
Is it not true, or is it true?
I believe it's true, yes.
That's your effort, right? That's what you try to do, correct?
Yes, correct.
And then when I mention liberty and tyranny, you say that's semantics.
Well, because I know where you're heading down, what road you're heading down.
No, you don't know what road I'm heading down.
Okay, well then...
Why is it that as a man of morality, of principle, who's a man based in reason and facts, when I mention liberty and tyranny, you immediately get your back up?
Well, because, I do believe, I'm not an advocate for tyranny, I am an advocate for liberty, yes.
Okay, now what is liberty?
Liberty is having the ability to live your life without fear
All right, let me help you. Is liberty and liberty, life, liberty, the percent, these unalienable rights that each of us have? All right, now, I'm going to carry over. We've created this foundation. We've set the stage for this. Don't hang up, Stuart. We're going to take Stuart the next after the bottom of the hour. All right, I'm dealing. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm talking to Stuart, New York City. He's an independent. First, he said I listen to both sides and I make a decision, but we've refined that a little bit, haven't we, Stuart? You do more than that.
Yes, I believe we have. Yes.
All right, so go ahead. I put out the clarion call for people to call here and tell me, what are the right tax rates? When is enough spending enough? What would you cut? And your answer to these things is what?
Well, the correct tax rate was really the best, the fairest under President Nixon.
Are you sure you're not Joe Lieberman?
I'm quite sure I'm not Joe Lieberman.
Well, you definitely sound like him. May I say? You sure you're not his brother?
Well, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, okay. The fairest were during Richard Nixon, when it was about 50% for millionaires and the like.
So it was 50% for millionaires. Let me ask you something. What was the deficit, the yearly deficit?
It was a lot lower. Well, this was all before Reagan and Bush, the second Bush 43 came around.
Was it also before? Was it also before Obama?
Yeah, true. But
okay, now you told me you're a man who believes in facts. Isn't that what you told me?
Yeah.
Isn't that what you told me? So where'd you come other than Nixon, who you apparently like, where you said the 50% top rate? Why 50%? Why is that principled, moral? Why is that promoting liberty?
It's fairer because we have to pay this debt down, and
but it's not going to be used to pay. It's not going to be used to pay the debt down.
Well, okay, that's your opinion, but
no, that's not my opinion. That's fact. You said you're a man who deals in fact. Since when have tax increases been used to pay down the debt? Can you name once? And who did it? No, it's never been done. Never. All right, so now what would you cut other than the military? What would you cut?
Besides the military. Well, that, of course, would be...
Yeah, of course we've got to cut the military. So what else would you cut? Since the military is 18... Hold on, pal. Since the military is 18% of the budget, what about the other 82%?
Well, it wouldn't be FEMA.
Hold on now. You're a man of principle. You told me. Fact and morality. So don't let me down now. Don't be a propagandist. You're an independent. You told me you're an independent. Now tell me, what else would you cut?
What would I cut? I would cut entitlements to like Texaco and big oil companies.
Okay. And which entitlements would those be? What in specific?
After they've made a record-breaking profit.
Okay, but that's not outlawed yet. We're not North Korea yet. So, but I'm asking you the loopholes. What loopholes are you talking about?
I didn't say loopholes, but they receive government. They receive money from the government.
How much? Hold on now. Actually, they don't. That was done away with a long time ago, Stu.
Okay, so I was watching something different on C-SPAN.
No, you said to me that you're not a man who likes all this rhetoric. You listen to both sides. But we refine that. No, you don't. You're a man who believes in liberty, morality, and you have principle, and you've yet to demonstrate that. Why? Because you're a liberal. Say it. I'm not an independent. I'm a liberal. Say it quickly before I hang up.
All right,
there he goes. All right. That's not Joe Lieberman, because Joe Lieberman's actually smarter than that, Mr. Producer.